The General Industry Workers Union of South Africa warns that rolling strike action is imminent if the government and the private sector continue to erode workers' rights. The country's labour law was re-evaluated in 2021 in response to the COVID-19 pandemic, which was changing the world of work. Now, amendments aimed to respond to those changes and improve efficiency in the labour market have come forth. Our business reporter Ntokozo Khumalo filed this report.
The employers and government want to do is to basically take away the rights that we have gained over years, because there is this narrative going around that the reason for the higher levels of unemployment is so-called the rigidity in the labor market, by which they mean the right to a fair process of dismissal, of disciplinary inquiry in a case of unfair labor disputes. They want to take all of that. So they are workers that it would be possible to dismiss without hearing, just on the basis of notice, and saying they must submit reasons to employer as to why they shouldn't be dismissed. But also, there are now limited number of instances where basically you can refer the case as a case of unfair labor practice. So what basically that means is that it will no longer be possible to refer cases like on case of demotion, in case of unfairness with respect to promotion, where there's a legitimate expectation for promotion. All of those instances are going to be excluded along with others. But there are also other rights that they want to attack. One of it is obviously the issue around casual labor. At the present moment, whether you are on short contracts, on labor broking, and whatever, you can only be there for 3 months. After 3 months, you are deemed an employee of the client company, meaning you are permanent, full-time, and therefore entitled to all the benefits that comes with it. Now, that has already been bastardized, right, by challenges in labor courts and of course, other courts of law. But what these amendments seek to do is to actually extend the period of casual labor from 3 months to 6 months, which means they'll actually bring back a casual labor as a mainstay of the neoliberal restructuring of the labor market.
We have less than 2 weeks, really, before NEDLAC makes those submission to Minister Meth. What happens in between that period and after that? We
are resisting at the level of NEDLAC, but let's be clear about it. We have absolutely no illusions whatsoever that the matter is going to end there, because at the core of this issue is not an academic or ideological differences. It's a question of the capitalist class that want to intensify exploitation of labor, that want labor that is more and more cheaper than the current devastating level of wage slavery and poverty wages that have condemned overwhelming majority of workers to conditions of an absolute poverty, hunger, and so on. And that for us means the unity, the organization, and a determined struggle through a sustained campaign, including a program of rolling mass actions that has to be agreed on.
Well, Mmetle, thank you so much for those insights, and hopefully, labor, government, and the private sector, still some time to go before those amendments are handed over. Very little common ground, according to the union at the moment. For Newzroom Afrika on Channel 405, I'm Ntokozo Khumalo in Pretoria.